Hey, good morning everybody. This is Stephanie. It is Wednesday, March 13th. The year, once again, as I always say, after New Year's, the year's marching on. People have plans. People have jobs to tend to. Most people have families. I have today off. I have a doctor's semi-annual visit today in St. Petersburg. I was up at 7 o'clock. I washed up, got cleaned up. I feel pretty good. I had a cup of coffee. And I'm going to be busy today. I'm going to St. Pete to get my semi-annual visit, doctor's checkup. And then I have an appointment to have my oil change in my vehicle. So I'll be on the road. I'll be trying to document my activities today, as I usually do on a weekly basis. I enjoy doing that, and then we'll see how it goes. So last night's video was of Monday morning. Monday was a very incredibly day for me. I had to start my part-time income job, which is a very simple job, and they pay me decent. I like it. And believe it or not, they have benefits, but I'm not taking advantage of it because this job's not going to be permanent. As you know, I'm moving forward with my little home business, and I'm happy to be doing something on my own where I get control of. So anyways, before I continue, I want to say thank you for everyone in my channel. There are subscribers, and to those people just visiting my channel for the first time. If you find something that resonates with you, please consider unsubscribing. We'll be right back with more.
I'm not suggesting anything so complicated.
I'm going through Tampa. I'm about 60 miles away, just north of Tampa. And this is like, not the long way, but it's the country roadway. I get to see a lot of beautiful scenery with trees and hills. And it's a very beautiful day. It's overcast, but there's a lot of blue sky as well. It's not completely overcast, but it's not completely clear either. But it's going to be a beautiful day today. We're supposed to have a high of 80 degrees. So yeah, it's very nice. I try to make every situation a good experience. Yesterday was a very disappointment day for me yesterday on my job. I had a great day at work with customers. If I didn't have a doctor's appointment today, I would have had a $10,000 sale today. And I opened up a new account yesterday, and I spoke with the customers, and I said that when they come back today to use their new account to towards their kitchen remodel to please come see me because I want to get credit for the work. And what happened was I got that account because the kitchen design department sent them my way to open up a Store Pro account, which they did. And that was an opening for me for a $10,000 sale. My department is still going to get a $10,000 sale, but I don't think that $10,000 sale is going to be shown on my behalf, even though I'm the one that opened up the account because of my doctor's appointment. When I asked them to come see me, I totally forgot that I had a doctor's appointment today. I was scheduled it off for my doctor's appointment, but when I got home, I'm like, how am I going to get credit for that sale, for part of that sale, if I have a doctor's appointment? Before I went to bed last night, I kept pondering and pondering and pondering. I kept asking myself, should I just reschedule my doctor's appointment? Should I just go into work and tell them that I'm going to reschedule my doctor's appointment and I'll reschedule? That's going to put my doctor's appointment another 3 to 4 weeks out. And I'm going to be 59 years old this year. And if I don't take my estradiol and my hormones and my other meds, I'm going to be experiencing some severe hot flashes within the next 7 days. Approximately about 7 days from when my last pill runs out, then those hot flashes will hit me hard. Picture, if you will, every 15 minutes or less, you're getting hit with a blast of incredible heat all over your body, from your face and your head right down to your feet. It's incredibly punishment. That being said, the next thing I want to discuss with you was earlier when I told you that yesterday I had a very disappointing day, was because my company fired 2 people. They fired a young gentleman by the name of so-and-so. He would always attend the meeting with us, and they didn't feel, in my opinion, that he was doing a good job, or maybe they didn't think that he was needed. They don't think that he was needed, so they let him go. They called him in the office and they told him that they have no need for his position. They had already took him off of his primary job, which he was a specialist in the paint department, and I don't know, maybe his customer skills was not there, or his position was not necessary to let him go. I felt bad for him, but he's a young guy in his 20s and early 20s, and he'll find another job. But it's never fun or never a good feeling to let go of your job, no matter where you are in your life. The other person that they let go was my supervisor in my department. Okay, I've known him since November. He's a good person. and he was a good communicator. And again, with him, they weren't satisfied with his performance, and so they let him go, you know. But he had some inkling, he had some reservations that they were going to let him go, and oftentimes he wasn't very happy because that would bother him. When he would tell me that he thought that they're trying to get rid of him, I didn't put too much weight into those thoughts, but I guess his feelings were correct all along. Some of the managers that I work with are not the easiest to talk to or communicate with. And then once again, I'm not going to mention any names, but these managers are headstrong. They're company people. If they don't think there's open communication with you, and you're not performing at the best level that you can, they're gonna put you under the microscope, and you're gonna feel it. Even if they don't say nothing to you, they're gonna feel it. And when you get to feel those feelings, then it's one of, they take away the focus from you, and right away they're thinking about replacing you, and they're trying to find someone else that they feel is probably communicating with them on a business level, connecting, and they probably think that there's going to be someone that's going to be more headstrong and at the level of the company, who is going to reach the goals that will direct the company towards more success. Not that my supervisor wasn't doing that. Maybe he was a little too soft, or maybe he wasn't pushing us too much, but the pro sales specialists were doing very well. I'm told I'm doing a great job by my managers and my peers, including my supervisor. So the focus was not so much on a specialist, but the supervisor. It might not be that my supervisor wasn't doing a good job. Maybe the management wasn't clicking with him. I don't know. All I know is I go in, I try to keep my nose clean, and I'm not there to make friends, because you don't know who you're going to say something to that will turn around and try to bury you or hit you with a bus, put you under the bus to excel their goals. I don't know. So I go in. I don't want to get too close with people, because in the past I've done so and I felt betrayed. Okay? I felt betrayed. So now I don't anymore. I do notice that my supervisor was becoming a little bit harder on us towards the end. Maybe it's because he was trying to do his job, as he was being pushed by managers to be a certain way or act a certain way. And maybe when he finally decided to act like that, it could have been too late for the managers, you know. And one of the hardest things to do that's tough mentally is confronting customers every single day while performing your job with building a clientele and keeping your customers happy, is to try to open new credit accounts, okay, and try to establish new business. That's one of the hardest things you can do, because you have all these plates spinning on a pole, and you're trying to keep each one of those plates from crashing and smashing on the floor. Those plates spinning our customers. And once you give them a set number that they're happy with, they don't want to see you get below that. Okay? And there are some stipulations that they're not looking at. They're not looking at the fact that every day you have different traffic coming in. And living in Florida, certain time of the season, we have a large amount of people leaving our state to go back to their home state. So that's even less people. I finally made it to the main highway that's going to take me to Tampa and then to St. Pete. I got to say something here. It is extremely, extremely beautiful driving through the country. The hills, the steep turns, and the curves, and the trees, and the sky is absolutely beautiful driving through the country in the morning. However, I did drive through the same back road at night when I was moving down here, and it's absolutely terrifying. It's horrifying, because in the back country roads, although it's beautiful during the day and the morning, it's not safe at night because there's no traffic lighting. There's no posts with light, and it will be extremely, extremely dark and dangerous. I can't see myself riding a motorcycle or anything at night on back country roads where a deer or any animal can run across the road. Okay, it's just dangerous. It's incredibly, incredibly dangerous. If your car breaks down on a desolate, long, winding, hilly road, you're gonna be stuck there, because a lot of times there's no Wi-Fi service or internet, and there's no whatchamacallit, there's no cell towers. It's just dangerous, and you don't know who you're gonna meet off the beaten path on dark country back roads. There all alone. It's dangerous. But like I said, now I'm on the highway and I'm heading towards Tampa. So anyways, I feel pretty bad for the guys that got fired yesterday. They were let go. It's never a good feeling when that happens to you. Even though if these people want to find another job, it'll be much quicker and easier for the younger gentleman to find a job than it would be for my supervisor. My supervisor was probably about 70 years old or whatever, and he might have not needed this job 100%, but because he did say that he doesn't need to be there, and I respect him with his decisions, but he's probably not going to make the kind of money that they were paying him as a supervisor. Maybe it's important to him, or maybe it's not, I don't know. But all I can say is I wish him the best of luck in his pursuits. He's a really nice person, and I don't think he's going to have a hard time getting into another field of employment or whatever. Yeah. So, all right. So now back to the norm. Like I said, after my doctor's appointment today, I'm going to have my oil change done, and then just coming back home and just relaxing the rest of the day. I like to go to the gym later on. Okay. This morning I woke up and guess what happened? I had sore abs. My abs were incredibly sore. Why? Because when I went to the gym over the weekend, I did abs. I did the treadmill. The abs, I kept it lightly. I just did like 5 sets of 10 reps just to get started. And I want to continue on that path and slowly build myself up. And the other thing I want to say is when I went grocery shopping last, I did buy some ice cream, okay? I love the ice cream that I buy. I'm really hooked on it. However, the last time I had ice cream was last week. I'm staying true to myself and I'm doing my moderation thing. I'm only doing 1 scoop, and I have not had any ice cream since the first day I bought it. That was the day I had a scoop, and that's it. Have not had any. Once a week I'll have 1 scoop, and that's something I'm proud of. If you 100% deprive yourself, you will 100% fail. Mark my words, you will 100% fail. Okay? It's the same thing when someone has an addiction to cigarettes. Most people cannot quit cold turkey. They may do cold turkey for a month or 2, but guess what? When they hit that stress level or an anxiety level or a personal situation, they're going to lean back on the cigarettes because they feel that cigarettes calms them down. And conversely, somebody who has a weight problem or who has some kind of food addiction, who looks to food for comfort, when they're faced with a personal situation where they're stressed out or they're nervous or they're angry, they're going to resort to food or something sweet to fall on, because those things make them feel relaxed, make them feel settled down. It alleviates their stress level. They look to food to do that. When people go through a breakup, a long relationship breakup, and they're stressed out, their routine has been disturbed, what do? They resort to comfort foods. And vice versa, someone who just quit smoking or has just cut back his drug use or alcohol use could slide back and use those things that they're trying to stay away from as a comfort thing, okay? Because it's going to get them in a good place in their mind. But it's actually more dangerous because they end up doing those negative things more heavier and more, it's just more volume of everything. Alright guys, so I just got into St. Pete and I'm crossing the highway over water that goes into the city of St. Petersburg. I'm going to be almost an hour early, and I'm going to hang out a little bit because I haven't been to St. Pete in so many years, in about a year. And yeah, so I'm going to try to enjoy my day off as well. There was no way for me to do this appointment without taking a day off from my job. But I'm getting paid for it because I took sick time. So that's good. This is why I always try to leave at least 2 hours early. So I'm getting a notification that I have like a 11-minute backup traffic here. So we have a bottleneck. So something's happening here. But it says 11 minutes, but realistically, I can be here as much as 20 minutes. It's bumper to bumper. This is one of those situations where if you have to leave your city because you have an appointment in a different city or town or county, then it's always advisable to leave at least an hour and a half, 2 hours early, because you don't know what kind of traffic situation you're going to encounter. It could be a big accident, or simply bumper to bumper slow traffic. It seems to me they're probably doing some road work up ahead, but it's causing us to bottleneck, and this bottleneck moves slow. You're going from 3 lanes maybe down to one lane possibly. But I'm glad that I left early. So I just got here to my doctor's office, and coincidentally, it's located in one of the tall buildings here, St. Pete General Hospital. That's where his office is now. So when I left the highway from that 12-minute backup, it wasn't road construction, it was an accident. People on the highway going to the major cities and out of the major cities drive like maniacs. I can't tell you off the bat how many times people cut me off down here without no notice. Without no notice. This is why I don't like the big city, and right away you feel stressful. People are beating the horn, they're cutting you off, they're taking a left without making any signal, and there was an accident there. Gosh, it's like I wonder why. I wonder why I love living in the country. I love living in the country because there's none of this stuff that you have to tolerate in the city. It's just not for me. I can't wait for me to finish with my appointment, get my oil change in my car, and head back home. I hate the city. I don't know how I did it for 23 years. But anyway, enough of that. I'm gonna go in. I'm early by 35 minutes. I really gotta go to the bathroom. I had a big cup of coffee this morning and bagels, and yeah, I can't wait to get out of this city. I'll talk to you guys soon. Hey guys, I just had my doctor's visit. We went over my chart and everything looks good. And the only test that he wants to do, that he wants to add on in before my next visit, is my lipid test. My liver looks good, my kidneys look good, and my weight is about the same as it was. 6 months ago, and that's it. It was in and out, and I still have like an hour and 20 minutes before I have to have my oil changed at Midas. So I'm gonna wander around downtown just for a little bit, and I'm gonna head up to the Midas repair shop and get that done in my car, because it's time to change my oil. I change my oil when my dash tells me it needs to be changed. I change it, and I have like a meter in my car that tells me how many miles left before I change it, or what the percentage that the oil is. The oil, I've used 80% of the oil quality is gone, and I don't go below 20%. So anyways, I'm gonna head downtown. I'll be talking to you guys shortly. I'm in downtown St. Pete, and I have about an hour before my oil change, so I thought I'd come for a walk downtown to one of my stomping grounds here, which I love coming, and I still love coming down here, but I don't want to live down here. When you visit places you love, you actually have more appreciation for it. When you live in a city over, like I used to, I didn't really appreciate it that much. Today I really appreciated it. Plus I'm down here already anyways for my doctor's visit, and also I have a car appointment at 1 o'clock. So it's actually very nice right now. Most likely I'm gonna stop and grab something to eat before I go for my oil change in my vehicle. It's only 15 minutes away from here, so I got plenty of time to find a nice little place, grab a little sandwich or something like that, and then make my way out. But it's really beautiful. The sky's really cleared up. It was a little bit overcast earlier on the way down here from my hometown where I live. Actually here back in 2015 with my ex-girlfriend, and I have that picture on my phone, and I'm gonna find it and I'll share it with you. I was sitting right over here, and those were some good times with Tracy. Stopped and got a couple of slices of pizza, and I'm making my way back to my vehicle, and I'm going to go ahead and take off to get my car oil changed, and then after that it's back home. so I'm now leaving Midas. Got my oil changed. Everything was checked out. They gave my vehicle a clean bill of health. And I got a clean bill of health too today by my doctor. So I got 2 clean bill of health. Yep. And my oil life now is back to 100%. And as you drive throughout the weeks and months, the oil life decreases. I had driven it down to 20%. I don't want to go below 20%. So now it's back again fresh. I got a peace of mind. And now I'm going to go back home and chill out. I actually was sitting in the waiting room and I had a little nap. They were very, very friendly over here, and they have a nice shop. So I'm leaving here precisely at the right time. I'm leaving just before rush hour, so I should get home about an hour and a half or less. We'll see. I'm very happy with the service over here. They were very friendly. Their shop was very, very, very clean, and they took me right away as soon as I came in. So everything was like impeccable. It was timed just right. While driving down here to St. Petersburg from my town, I noticed something very, very different. I noticed that they did away with most toll booths. And what they did was they replaced it with pay by plate toll. So the scanners are very similar, like the scanners that police cars have on the back of the trunk. And they have 2 scanners facing the left and right side at different angles. When they drive by a parking lot or a mall, they can go up and down the parking lot and they can scan the plate. And with that, they can find out if the registration is current. They can find out everything about you just by scanning your plate. They can tell whether your registration is up to date, or even if you have insurance coverage. So when you drive through the toll, right, instead of stopping and paying the toll clerk the money to go through, you just keep going and the scanners will pick up your plate as you drive through. I think that's a big scam, okay? It was a scam before. Now it's a bigger scam because I see more of them than the old-fashioned tolls that we used to have, where you have 4 or 5 tolls and your car drives through. That's the first thing I noticed on my way down here to St. Pete, was now you continue going on. What that also means is that those jobs that they use those people for have now been eliminated. So no more paying out cash as you're driving by through the toll and then stopping and going. You just keep going, and those scanners grab you within a millisecond. They already got you. Welcome to Earth. Welcome to Planet Prison, or Prison Planet. That's where we live. We're controlled every second of our lives, and they're watching us. Where else are you gonna go? So one thing is certain. I like all of Florida, but I don't miss that everything here in Florida is totally flat. Totally flat. As soon as I get into my town area or out of the cities, I can see the clear change immediately. And that's the open fields, the cow pastures, the country roads, the winding hill and the downgrade and all that stuff. Here, everything is completely flat. The highest areas of the cities down south are the bridges. That's it. And the overpass. That's it. We just drove by a woman riding her Harley Davidson. It's a beautiful day to ride your bike. Even though traffic is extremely heavy on the highway, as you can see, okay? You will never catch me on the highway with no helmet. I've now seen at least 3 people on their motorcycles on the highway with no helmet. This woman we just drove by, she has a leather vest with no sleeves and no gloves, but at least she has boots and jeans on. It's still not going to do her any good. Her head's not protected. Her arm's not protected. It's beyond me, why somebody will go on the highway like that. Okay, I just don't get it. I just don't get it. To take back something I said. She don't have no safety shoes on as well. She's wearing sneakers, low-cut sneakers. I hope that she's not going to be used as an example if something happens to her. I hope that she gets to where she's going safely and she doesn't lose her life or get into a major accident. I've owned several motorcycles in my life, and each time I rode, I had full facial helmet. Not too many people use full facial helmet when they're riding Harley Davidsons, but there are helmets that will protect the top of your head with these Harleys. It might not protect your face, but at least your head will be protected. I just want to say to those of you that don't know, Florida does not have a helmet law. If you own a motorcycle and you live in Florida, you're not required to use your helmet. Same thing in Texas. And coincidentally, those states have the highest number of motorcycle fatalities. That's right. Why? There's more vehicles and more people in those states. Those are one of the biggest states. California does have a motorcycle helmet law. Most states do. But for some reason, they don't think you have to wear a helmet if you don't want to, even though it saves your life. It increases your chance of surviving. That's right, guys. That scenery says it all. I'm almost home. What a big difference. Look at this road. That's what I'm talking about. You can't beat this. The countryside, horses, cows, goats, peace and quiet, no traffic. Nobody's cutting you off the road and giving you dirty looks. Maybe a cow will give you dirty looks, or a goat. But that's the worst that you can imagine out here. I love it. I love it. So anyways, I'm about 20 miles out from my home, and I'm going to go home. I'm going to change my clothes into something comfortable. I might go for a bike ride, or I might just go to the gym in my community and just chill out. I'm going to go home and just sit down and relax. I've had a really nice day in St. Pete, however, okay? But I'm very happy to be back home. And if I ever get the inkling, like I want to leave town and go to St. Pete or Sarasota, I can always do that. Maybe I can contact one of my friends out there and I can spend the night over their home. But the next day, I come home to my peace and quiet. So I hope you guys had a nice day today, and I'll be talking to you guys very, very, very soon.